Naham Karta Harikarta. Namaskaram everyone. This is Vishwaksen and welcome to Vaka Talks, where we talk about mental health and emotional well-being in different kinds of relationships. We are doing a series on different characters in Mahabharatam, and we are talking about Bhishma Pitamaha. So Bhishma goes and brings the princesses, and then Amba asks to leave. We'll talk about Amba's part when we talk about Amba. Amba deserves her own series, and when things don't go how Amba perceived them to go, she returns and demands that uh, she be compensated, that she be accepted. And Bhishma and the family in general, they reject her claim. She has asked to leave, and they accepted her request. Now things did not go according to her plan, and she comes back and she demands that forget everything that happened. I'm fine now. No, and they are not ready to accept that demand, and she gets furious, and she holds Bhishma responsible. Bhishma is not responsible because there are a lot of places where Amba could have ensured that things did not go in the way that they had happened, but she kept quiet throughout. She continued to play the victim. She always kept crying, okay, this did not happen, that did not happen. We'll talk about Amba clearly when we talk about her. No way was she wrong. Uh, she is a vulnerable narcissist. She's not a grandiose narcissist, but she's a vulnerable narcissist. And she The biggest tool in her box is playing the victim, and she uses it, and because she was allowed to play the victim in society's eyes, she uses that weapon at every point possible. She tries to manipulate things don't go her way, and she plays the victim. And uh, and that does not mean she's not strong. She's very strong. We'll talk about Amba later. So, and she holds Bhishma responsible. She goes and cries to everyone and anyone possible. She even goes to Parashurama to try to intervene, and she says, "Okay, you marry me." No, number one, Bhishma has taken the vow of celibacy, and he has promised not to marry anyone. That is on the side, but he does not want to marry her, so that is equally important. And uh, and uh, she pulls in everyone and anyone who is willing to intervene, and then Bhishma had to fight with Parashurama, his own teacher, and this fight goes for a long period of time, and no one wins, no one loses. And then finally Parashurama said that I never told that I'm going to defeat him. I told that I will teach him a lesson, and I have taught him a lesson. And he retreats, and Amba is seething, and she goes and does her penance later. And Bhishma had to uh, face the problem, just uh, because no one else intervened. Her sisters did not intervene. Her sisters did not try to convince her. Her sisters did not try to uh, make her see reason and pacify her or calm her. Satyavati did not intervene. Vichitravirya did not intervene. He was always somewhere scared and enjoying the comforts of the royal household. And she held Bhishma accountable. She felt that Bhishma is the one who wronged her personally when things did not go according to her plan, when people did not behave how she wanted them to behave. And Bhishma was had to face the consequences. And we see that happening in our lives as well. We have to face the consequence protecting other people, and there are sometimes, usually we protect the children, kids, uh, from from a lot of dangers, and at the same time they run to us for protection, for the consequence, from the consequences of their actions as well. Well, that is when we should carefully explain to them that their actions have consequences, and make them face the consequences properly. Otherwise, they are always going to assume that we will step in and take care of everything. Well, there has been a uh, recent expose that a former mayor of London, she has uh, protected her son when he was involved in a crime. She intervened to protect her son, and she destroyed some evidence. So uh, so not making other people face consequences is going to lead them into such situations where they assume that yes, someone else is going to bear the consequences, someone else is going to step in. I don't need to worry about it. I just do what I want to do. If things go wrong, someone else will intervene. So that person who had to intervene or face the consequences, face the problems, was Bhishma for the family. So here we see it's a classic case. We see that everywhere there are a lot of husbands who volunteer their wives' time and efforts just to show that they are contributing, they are a good people, or for them to receive the praise. No, you need to confer. Is your wife willing to volunteer? Or at the same time, there are a lot of wives who promise a lot of things of their husbands, and they demand that they fulfill their promises, the wife that promises that they have made to others. So uh, taking for granted that someone else is automatically to uh, going to protect them and save them from different situations, and and using that as an excuse to do whatever they want, even though it is wrong, it is completely illegal. they have the they have the protection of someone, so they feel like, okay, I can do an illegal task just because someone else will protect me, will pull me out of it. So when people don't uh, are not accustomed to facing the consequences of their actions, they will go on, they are going to keep testing boundaries, uh, they are going to try and do something uh, uh, more destructive, more aggressive, until for at some time, at some point, they cannot be protected, they cannot be saved. So it happens uh, when people are not ready to face the consequences of their actions. And Bhishma protecting the family is basically doing the same thing, where he is protecting them from the consequences, and they do worse and worse things throughout their lives. And we see how they go down and down and down in morality, in their moral compass, just because there is someone to protect them. If you like my content, please hit the like button and share your experiences in the comment section below. And please share my videos with people you feel would benefit from my content. And please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Until we meet again.